Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English, a support program for intermediate English learners endeavoring to improve their English. Now, if that's you, you're in the right place. Our unit is animals, and today's program has to do with farm animals. We're trying to master the basic words for farm animals. Most farms exist for food production, but there's a farm in Jackson County, Oregon that has a very different function. Working with animals often brings out the best in people, and this is a place of healing for both people and for animals that have been through and seen the rough side of life. Let's learn about Sanctuary One, a farm near the Applegate River, not far from these studios. Meet one of many animals being cared for at Sanctuary One in Jackson County, Oregon. Program Coordinator Brooke Muller tells us what Sanctuary One is all about.
Sanctuary One is a care farm model, so our mission is to bring together people, animals, and the earth for mutual healing. We have animal programs where we bring in different rescue animals from sanctuaries, rescues, different organizations all across the West, and provide them with the care that they need to recover from whatever situations they've been in. At the same time, we're bringing in people to interact with our animals and our site. We have volunteers, we have service learning partners, we have field trips. Anyone who wants to come out here and experience all that this place has to offer. At the same time, we're caring for our earth, so we have different gardens on site that people can work with and learn about, as well as an emphasis on focusing on the natural area that's around us.
The cats in this shelter may not seem to be farm animals, and they're not your typical farm cats. While this one definitely has a cat's curiosity, they have something else that requires special accommodations.
We have two distinct populations of cats at Sanctuary One, one of that being our general population, and the other is our FIV positive population. So these cats have essentially a feline version of HIV. Their immune system is compromised and they get sick a little easier than other cats. Thanks to our facility, they are provided with all the food they need, a stress-free environment, and we expect them to have the same life expectancy as any other cat would. We just take care to make sure that we keep everything nice and clean for them and not introduce new germs or anything that could harm them in any way. And they all seem pretty happy to me.
Funds were raised from the local community to build this special shelter. There's no separation here between healing the person and healing the earth, as evident here in this garden. While bees and butterflies may not seem like typical rescue animals, they are facing serious threats to their survival. Their rescue is the abundant flora here, which helps them meet this challenge. Young people also grow food here, recognizing that connection between the soil and their own nourishment. Again, it's the community support that makes this critical connection possible. Sanctuary One is best known for the farm animals it rescues. All are worthy of a good life in this approach of Sanctuary One, from the humble rabbit to these young llamas. These are South American natives. Their home is in the Andes highlands. So when their owners left them to fend for themselves in North America, a rescue was needed. Now they enjoy their home here at Sanctuary One near Applegate Lake. Yes, they're cute, but they also need care, which they're getting here at Sanctuary One. Look how curious they are. Sanctuary One is the last resort for some abused and neglected animals. Now, many of the animals here would not still be living if not for this organization. This chicken is a farm animal that likes to hang out in the spacious barn, part of the historic farm that Sanctuary One bought. The domesticated animals here are not raised for products. It's the interest and needs of the animals that come first. Visitors on field trips are asked to bring vegetarian or vegan lunches, an attempt for kids to see animals apart from meeting their dietary needs. Brooke informed me that these geese are a bit shy around people, especially in groups that tour the farm. There's a lesson there as well. Animals don't always want to interact with people, and that's okay. Like the llamas, these sheep have recently been sheared, their heat-holding wool cut back during the hot days of summer. This goat is named Django. Before coming to Sanctuary 1, he was chained to a barrel and given only 4 feet to move around. Brooke says he was hostile to both people and other goats when he first came here. Now he seeks out companionship as the emotional wounds of this social animal have begun to heal. For many kids who come here on a field trip, this may be the first time they get to meet a goat. This animal reminds me of my childhood on my grandmother's farm. Yes, this is a steer, but not just any steer. This is a Jersey, a breed whose cows produce rich milk. It's hard to imagine anyone abusing or neglecting a horse, but those things do happen. Fortunately for this horse, there's Sanctuary 1 and safety.
Hi there, bud.
Here's another goat checking us out. A male goat is called a billy goat. Most goats need companionship to thrive. Brooke says many of the visitors want to see the pig.
I want to see the big pig. Where are the big pigs? Can I pet the pigs? Like, of course, of course.
Now this is a sow, right?
Mm-hmm.
A female pig is called a sow. The male is called a boar. A pig is also called a hog. Pigs are noted for their intelligence, but they're mostly raised on the farm for food. The pigs at Sanctuary 1, however, will never see the slaughterhouse. Just caring and curious people. If that's you, contact Sanctuary 1 for a tour.
What a great program. It's great to know that there are people dedicated to healing and places like this where this huge need for healing can take place. Also, what a great way to practice the names of farm animals and test how much English you understand. You can learn more about Sanctuary 1 at sanctuary1.org. You can arrange a visit through that website, which is a good idea because reservations are required. Another way to boost your understanding of our unit theme is to read books about animals. From time to time, we slip in short lessons on basic English phonics to help you pronounce the words you're reading. Well, today we have another mini lesson using the most popular animals with the kids that are touring Sanctuary 1, and that, of course, is the pig. This very short word, pig, has a vowel in the middle, the letter I. Now, this gives us a chance to practice the short I sound. So this pig that you see here is going to help us read. Now we're finding words that rhyme with the word pig, and as we've done before, we'll start with the alphabet. Now, this way we can find a letter to replace the P in pig, retaining the ig, the IG at the end. Now, going from A to G, we find 4 real words that rhyme with pig: big, dig, fig, and gig. Going further into the alphabet, we find 2 words that rhyme with pig: jig and pig. Well, pig really doesn't count because it's the word we're finding the rhymes for. We only found 1 word with this group of letters, and that's the word rig. And near the end of the alphabet, we find 2 words that rhyme with pig: wig and zig. So here's our list of words that rhyme with pig. They all have the short I sound in the middle, so they're great for practicing that sound. Big is another word for large. Dig is something you do to make a hole. Fig is a fruit that I loved to eat when I was in Louisiana. Gig is a tool used in fishing. Now be careful because a gig is sharp. A jig is a kind of dance. Notice the difference here in the beginning sounds of G and J. Sometimes they sound alike, but not always. Rig is a truck, but I use the word for my pickup. And it's also the structure with which people drill wells. Wig is a mass of hair that can cover a bald head, and zig is half of a term we use for a pattern that's not straight, but changes directions abruptly, like the lines on a zebra, zigzag. Now, so far, we've practiced the short vowel sounds connected with animal names. We started with the short A sound that's in cat. We practiced the short E sound in the word pet and the short O sound in the word dog. With today's practice of the short I, we've only left out the vowel U. Now, there are only a few vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Learning their short sounds can help you pronounce many English words you read until you get to know those words on sight. For a helpful experience with English phonics, I suggest visiting a website called starfall.com. You can hear both vowel and consonant sounds there, and there are many fun ways to practice. Since English has a symbol-sound relationship with reading and writing, learning phonics should speed up your proficiency in English. Now, when practicing speaking the short vowel sounds, it helps to be able to hear what you sound like when you're talking. This device is called a whisper tube or echo tube. When you hold it up to your ear like this, it funnels the speech to your ear. This gives you a better idea of what other people hear when you're pronouncing these words. Or you can just pretend that you're talking on the phone. I'd like to order a big pizza, please. You can find these at teacher supply stores, or you can make your own out of PCV pipe if you're handy with those kinds of things. There's a longer interview with Brooke Muller at Sanctuary One on my other program, Adventures in Education, and you can find a link to that program and see more of what Sanctuary One does on my website, letscreate.org. That's where you can find all the learning materials that go with this episode of Ramping Up Your English. You can watch the entire episode 41 from that site, or you can watch today's show in segments. You can watch and even download today's program by going to archive.org/details/RogueTV. Click on the name of this program, Ramping Up Your English, or on my name, John Letts. Then find episode 41, Farm Animals, Part 2. Of course, you can watch Ramping Up Your English on channels 15, 15.1, and 115 on the Ashland Home Network, and on channel 182 on Charter Cable in Southern Oregon. Showtimes are 8 a.m. on Mondays and 7:30 p.m. on Thursdays. Channels and showtimes will vary in other areas of the country. Contact your local public access station to see where the schedule is in your area. I want to thank Brooke Muller and Sanctuary One for the interview and visit and the video footage of farm animals. I also want to thank my director, Denise Ross, and my talented and loyal crew. And I want to thank our viewers. All of you help make this program an award winner. Join us next time for Ramping Up Your English. I'm John Letts.
You've been watching Ramping Up Your English, a support program for intermediate-level English language learners. Learn more. Visit our website at letscreate.org. You can also watch or download today's program at archive.org/details/RogueTV. Join us next time on RVTV Voices for Ramping Up Your English.